Hey everyone, welcome to our review of the Mark Hockey FlyPro custom equipment. I'm going to split this into two videos as I usually do, one to look at the leg pads and another one to look at the catcher and blocker. I'll be looking at some of the things that I like about each one, some of the things I think could be slightly tweaked and improved, and generally just my overall thoughts after using these on the ice for a couple of months. So if we look at the leg pads first, I've been testing these for about a month to 6 weeks on the ice, and I'm generally quite impressed. They're a good set of pads, and a big thank you to Mark Hockey as well for sending these over for us to test. It's extremely kind, and it allows us to make content like this to share with everyone over in the UK. So back to the pads. They're built extremely well, as you'd expect from any manufacturer that has equipment in the KHL and sort of top pro leagues in Europe. They're very stiff, both top to bottom, but not in a bad way, not in an uncomfortable way. It's how I like my leg pads, so that's why I ordered them the way I did. They've got an absolute solid core. It's quite thin, but it's very solid. If you've seen my on ice videos from a few weeks ago, you'll see that they give off very good rebounds, so it clears the puck right out of the danger zone on low shots. Very similar to a CCM Axis or a Bauer Supreme in that way. What's different to those pads is that it's got a very rounded toe. So if we look back to the old CCM Premiers or Premier 2s, a bit more of a rounded toe there, which isn't a bad thing. I do prefer a slightly squarer toe that we have on the Axis pads, but it doesn't cause any problems at all. It just takes a bit of getting used to going back to this shape of pad. So if we look back onto the strapping, as we can see here, it's all Velcro and elastic strapping, which is the standard now for weight saving and goalie equipment. I'm a bit old school. I use leather straps on my pads, so this took a bit getting used to, but they are very adjustable. Inside each one there, you've got the sort of the plastic adjustments that you can tighten or loosen to whatever feels right for yourself. On the boot strap is a nylon strap here that velcros on the end. Personally, this is one thing I would change. I would like to have a proper boot strap that you can tighten to wherever you like it, because this has a very limited range on where you can actually tighten it to. So that's probably one of the only criticisms I have about the pad, is just that there's not much adjustability in the boot strap, and as well the plastic clip concerns me a bit. With high level of play, that could break quite easily, but it's something that I'm sure if I asked Mark Hockey they would do for us. As always, upgraded to the Pro Laces. Big thank you to Pro Laces themselves for creating some custom gold ones for me there. Big shout out there. As we move up, the knee cradle I feel could do with being just a little bit wider. I don't have particularly big legs, but I found that this wasn't really enough room when you have bulky knee pads, and sort of felt like I was slipping off the knee block a bit. The knee stability itself is another thing I think could be improved. Now we're looking at like Bauer and CCM with their newest pads having very sort of stable built-in knee blocks into the core of the pad. I feel like these kind of lack a bit behind. I felt a couple of times that was perhaps a bit too flexible there, which also contributed to my knee coming out of the blocks a little bit. So small criticism, I'm sure with some adjustments to the strapping that could be improved as well, but with limited time that I've had on the ice with them, that's just my observations so far. The only other thing I would change with the calf straps here, there's a lot of padding here, which is a fantastic thing. It keeps your leg nice and stable, but I feel like some of these need to have a bit more strapping attached to them so they don't fold back in on the leg. I found after a bit of use, after an hour or so, the softer foam in here, the padding there, tends to sort of fold in on itself a bit. So I think if you had just a couple of loops to strap that in, it would be absolutely perfect. So yeah, that's my overall thoughts on the leg pads. Generally they are very good. I know I've had a few areas of improvement, but I wouldn't be doing a fair review if I didn't point them out. But I would highly recommend these leg pads. They do perform very, very well, both at a rec hockey level and up to a league level as well. Obviously they would need to if they're being used in the KHL. So yeah, that's the leg pads in a nutshell. Thank you for watching, and part 2 will be focusing on the blocker and the catcher.